What's up, everyone? Sorry for the break I took for the last few weeks. It's been a crazy last few weeks, actually. Just kind of discombobulated. Hasn't been a normal routine, which I hate. I like a routine, so whenever I'm out of my routine, it's frustrating. But the good news is I've been back this week, back at work, and catching up on things, and it feels good. But what I've been thinking a lot about lately, especially in the last couple weeks, is control or lack thereof. So there's a lot that goes on here with the business, a lot that is behind the scenes that people just don't know about, issues that come up, things that we have to deal with, fires to put out. Just to give you a few sort of vague examples, we've had issues where shirts and designs were approved, and then when we're about to go to print, they're not approved for whatever reason, and we have to fix it, and we have deadlines to meet. There's actually been cases where shirts were on the press being printed, and we receive a note at the end of the day on a Friday, and we have to change something. We have to fix something that was already approved, but now we have to change it. And these things come up. Luckily, we don't have many customer complaints, but the ones that do come in, we have to take care of those. And even instances where other companies, do things that are very similar to what we do, or can almost be seen as copying us. It's you look at all these things and say, okay, how do you handle the situation? And I always come back to, we can only control what we can control. I can't control when anybody else does anything. That's them. The only thing I can control is my response. I remember reading that in the highly effective habits, 7 habits of highly effective people by Stephen Covey. I'm going to put a link down there for it. I remember reading that several years ago, and that stuck out with me because once I figured that out, once I internalized that I can only control what I can control, I can only control my reaction, my response, it sort of helps put things in perspective. I think, at least for me, we have a tendency to sort of complain. I mean, again, all of these issues I'm talking about, everyone goes through in their own lives, whether or not they run a company. We're all dealing with stress. We're all dealing with things that we would rather not have to deal with. So I'm certainly not alone, and my company is certainly not alone in this, and I totally understand that. But, and when I say we, I have a tendency to complain sometimes and just vent. Sometimes it's just, upsetting when things happen. But when that happens, what I try to remember is control what you can control. And I was watching something by Tony Robbins, which I totally recommend checking out if you haven't seen any of his stuff. And he mentioned, if you want to vent, if you want to complain, give yourself 90 seconds. And I thought that was pretty cool because sometimes you do need to let off that steam. Sometimes you do need to just say, and just like let it go. But that's just it. Let it go. 90 seconds. Give yourself 90 seconds to bitch and complain and to whine. But you know what? After that, move on. Focus on a solution, not the problem. Don't complain that this always happens to you, or I'm always getting these emails or these calls or blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter, because it's not going to solve anything. It will not solve a thing. It's just focusing on the solution. If it's a complaint, you need to handle it, and we do it with a smile. If it's something that I literally have no control over, and I don't even have really an ability to respond to it, then I need to look inside myself and see why I'm angry about it or why I'm fearful about it and deal with it in my own self. Because if it's a situation where it's completely out of my control and it's not like a complaint that I can fix or something like that, then it becomes more of an internal struggle. Well, am I angry because I'm afraid? Am I angry because I'm not where I want to be? Again, it's controlling what I can control, which is my inner dialogue and the feelings that I'm having. And a lot of times I can diffuse those fires by just giving myself even a half an hour, 20 minutes even to write in my journal or to take a walk or to think or just be somewhere quiet. The point is you can only control yourself, your ability to respond. In fact, that's what Stephen Covey says: response, ability to respond, responsibility, ability to respond. And I thought that was very insightful and interesting, and something that's been on my mind and just wanted to share with you. So I guess the takeaway here is if you're feeling yourself complain, if you're feeling yourself bitching about something, start the timer, 90 seconds, like Tony Robbins said, and after that, focus only on the solution, not the problem, and try to stop complaining as much. And again, that advice is as much for me as it is for anybody out there. Anyway, have a great weekend. I'm going to keep trying to do these once a week, and I really enjoy any comments that you might have. Put them in there. I don't know who's watching these. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I like putting it out there for everybody, as much for me as for everybody else. So take care, and I will talk to you soon.